Hello, Joy family. Welcome to the Joyful House. Welcome to this beautiful Thursday, and welcome to this particular tea party. This is tea party number 42. Welcome in, welcome in. Let's see who we have here with us. And while I am headed to the front door, let me just give a great big apology for being so late. Unfortunately, we started the watch party late tonight because your girl spilled a whole large cup of coffee. And well, let's just say it's all cleaned up, but I smell pretty sugary sweet right now. Oh, let's see who we got here. Welcome in, Miss Margie. And with that, we have an eagle that has landed. So if you will, help me give a great big joyful eagle welcome to our lovely Margie. And she says, "Nugs, everyone." And we have the beautiful Dawn P here. And she says, "Hello, all you beautiful people." And you guys, you know what I'm going to say. I love it when you guys come in and love on each other, greet each other, welcome each other, check in with each other, see how everyone is doing. That's how we like to do it here in the Joyful House. And you guys do it perfectly. So thank you so much for that. Dawn says, "Hope everyone is having the same great day as she has been having." So I hope so as well. I'm going to tag in on the back end of that, Dawn. And I hope everyone has had a great day. And that's me coming in and telling y'all, hey, we're coming, we're coming. Please wait for us. So good that you did wait. We're glad to be here with you. All right, and there's my little, yep, I spilled a large cup of coffee. Hey, always something joyful going on here in the Joyful House. So love it, love it. Hello, Jen. Jen, I've got some news to share. Oh my gosh. I'm not going to go into great detail about my trip to Premiere yesterday because I'm thinking about doing either a special video or live with that, or maybe I'll just bring it all here as the highlight at the tea party next Thursday. But I do need time to get all the pictures in from those that went with me so that I can really just give you guys the big joyful party that we got to experience yesterday, but we're going to talk about it a little bit briefly today. All right. Look at this beautiful love in the chat, you guys. Oh my gosh. Isn't that just beautiful? Hello, Laura. Nugs, nugs to you. Good to see you. And we have another eagle that's landed. Hopefully she has gotten home safely. So if you will, help me give a great big joyful eagle welcome to our lovely Wanda. And she says, "Hello and nugs, everyone. Just got home and need to bring stuff in. Be back shortly." Awesome, awesome. Glad she made it home safely. All right. Y'all, we had such a great time yesterday. And Kim got home to Atlanta safely this evening. So that is awesome. That is awesome. Everyone is home safe. And we had a great, great day yesterday at Premiere Meetup. All right. Let's continue to look at this beautiful love in the chat. I love it. I love it. Hope you're continuing to do it as we are continuing to greet everyone. And hello again, Suzanne. Thank you so much for coming over and letting them know that we were coming, that we were running late. And of course, before I open up for tea party, I got to get all my windows open for the evening. So thank you so much, Suzanne and Samantha, for coming over and letting them know that I'm coming, I'm coming. Thank you guys for that. All right. And we have another eagle that has landed. So if you will, help me give a great big joyful eagle welcome to our lovely Tiffany. And she says, "Good evening, everyone. Hope you all had a great week, and nugs to everyone." I love that, Tiffany. Thank you so much. And just look at that love. Love it, love it, love it. Hello, Samantha. Welcome in. Welcome back. Hello, Bridget. Nugs, nugs. Hope you're doing well. Uh-oh, updating YouTube. Sometimes that has to happen, doesn't it, Samantha? Nugs Tank, welcome in. She says she is working and listening. Well, we are so glad you are here. And there's some love for Tank. Thank you, Dawn. All right. Jen says, Tankster hugs. And Margie says, nugs to Tank. Love it, love it. Look at all that beautiful love. And I am going rather quickly because I want to kind of make up for the time that we've lost. Wanda says, glad that you didn't spill it on your computer or keyboard. I did on my keyboard just a little bit, but luckily it just landed on the panel. Most of it landed on me, the floor, and my stool below. And I had to pull this off and wash it, and I'm letting it continue to air dry, and I'll get it back on. But I'm grateful that it missed my keyboard keys and my Yarny projects over here and my calendar. So very, very blessed for that. Thank you, though, Wanda. I'm telling you, my mother should have named me Grace. She really should have named me Grace. Okay. I love it, Dawn. She says, I celebrate me. I'm beautiful, and we are all beautiful. And that just rolls us in. So if you are new here, I'm going to tell you what to do. And for those of you that are not, you know what to do. As part of the Joyful family, what are we? What are we? Oh, my goodness. Probably about 2 months ago, if you're new here, we have at the tea party, we do something called the joy word. And it's just a positive word of affirmation to kind of carry with you through the week until we come back and get a new word. We call it the joy word. And then we also do something called chasing our fun. And in all of that, our joy word for that week was beautiful. And I had everybody just blow the chat up saying, I am beautiful. I am beautiful. Because you know, the great thing about positive affirmation, you can see it. You can read it. You can even kind of think it. But the only way to live it, wear it, and be it is to constantly give yourself that affirmation. And so we kind of have just made it a thing here. So if we constantly tell ourselves and each other that we're beautiful, we will begin to believe that. And that is something I like to do here in the Joyful House, not just share joy, not only just be joy and live joy and hopefully give you joy to take out with you, but I also want to inspire you to believe in yourself and know that you are unique, you are fabulous, you are wonderful, and you are here for a purpose. And don't let anything, anyone, any circumstance ever make you feel differently. So now that you know, I hope you'll jump on the bandwagon, and I hope to see a lot of I am beautifuls in the chat. And I promise you, I will put it in there myself as we're going along. All right, we have another eagle that has landed. And again, I'm glad that she has landed at home safely as well. Hello and welcome in, Kim. And if you will, help me give her a great big joyful eagle welcome. And she says, hello, joy friends, nugs. And also, if you're new here, an eagle is anyone that does fall in the upper 2 tiers of the joy team, which is my way of saying paid memberships. I don't like that. It just sounds so impersonal. So we call all of our paid memberships the Joy Team. We have the Joy Family, which is anyone who hits subscribe. Joy Team is anyone that decides to level up their membership. And the 2 upper tiers, they have an Eagle Live that we do once a week. And they just have a little bit of more extra special time, but they also get a shout out as part of their perk. Okay. Continuing to look at the beautiful love in the chat. Thank you so much. Even Nightbot is doing a fantastic job of welcoming people in. I don't have any XP. What does that mean, Samantha? I don't know what that means. I don't think I missed anything. So if you can elaborate. Hello, Candy. Nuggies, nuggies. And so you guys, if you'll remember, last week when we were together, Candy was our surprise giveaway winner. And so she was not present because she was at work. She is at work tonight. She is giving me the number 21. So when we get to the part of doing our Choose Joy, we will see what she has won. And if she's not on break and not able to be with us, then I'll make sure that she gets it. But we'll do that in just a moment. Let's finish doing all of our greeting and our beginning stuff. All right. Thank you for that, Candy. So y'all help me remember. In fact, let me flag that so I won't forget that number. But she said 21 for my birthday. All right. That's right, Margie. You are beautiful. And thank you. And Angela, you are so right. You are on point, my friend. You are indeed beautiful. Thank you guys for saying hello to Candy. I love it. Suzanne, you are beautiful. And yes, we are all beautiful. All right. More love. I love it. I love it. Never stop loving on each other. The more love you give, the more love you receive. I love it. I love it. Beautiful, beautiful. If you ever need to pick me up, just come to the Joyful House because it's full of love and joy. That's right, Samantha. You are indeed beautiful. And I am at the bottom of the chat. So if someone will kindly drop me some emojis, I'll be able to find my way back in the chat. And Samantha says, Candy, did you get in touch with Cynthia? She did get in touch with me. She did. She did. All right. And even I am beautiful. Samantha, thank you so much for the emojis. I'll be able to find my way. Thank you, Tank. I appreciate that. Margie, you know my crazy joy emojis. I don't know why through StreamYard they come in as words, but I know in the YouTube side, you guys are seeing the actual tea party emoji there. So thank you for that, Margie. And thank you, Angela. Hello, Terry. And Terry, let me do a big shout out for you. In fact, that's just going to prompt me. Let's just head on over to the party room right now. Let's see. Let me get over to the party room. We'll come back to the tea room in just a moment. But you guys, I want to take a moment and I want to give a great big thank you to Miss Terry, because she is the one who reached out to me and even let me know that Premier was having this meetup. And so I wouldn't have known anything about it. I wouldn't have been able to get ready for it. Literally, she let me know. And what was it, like 5 days later, we had to register for those tickets. So thank you so much, Miss Terry, for making me aware of that. And of course, we talked about it last Thursday at the tea party. And then I also want to give a great big thank you to Wanda for purchasing our tickets. And let me just say thank you to Wanda and Kim for meeting up with me and going to that event with me. We had so much fun. We definitely found our joy and got our joy on. It was just a really, really great time. And I can't wait to sit down and tell you all about it in full detail. Again, we'll talk about it briefly, especially since Jen is in the house. Jen, if you have an opportunity to find out if Miss Ivy can stop by tonight, that would be great. But if not, I'll definitely reach out to her. Things have been kind of crazy getting back home. But I'll definitely reach out to her when we do the whole big premiere thing. So, and you'll know why tonight. Okay. We have some birthdays to celebrate. So if you will, I want to ask you to celebrate those that are celebrating their birthdays with us tonight. And let me get them up on the screen here. This week, we are celebrating with Miss Bailey from Cat on the Prowl Creations. We are celebrating with Miss Christy. Christy Baum is her channel name. Our lovely Candy. The struggle is real. And Darla, it's in the bag. Crochet with Darla. They are all celebrating their birthdays this week. And if you are one that celebrates your birthday and you're not sure if I have it, please let me know in the chat, a comment afterwards, or send me an email, because we definitely want to celebrate your special day with you and the entire week. Anytime we go live, we celebrate it. And we also celebrate it on Mondays on the post for the whole week. So if you will, join me as we sing happy birthday to our birthday family. Once again, happy birthday to Bailey, to Christy, to Candy, and to Darla. Hope they are all having a very special day and a very special week. We have a couple other little celebrations that we want to recognize tonight. And we've got some Joy Team members that are celebrating their anniversaries on the Joy Team. Again, appreciate each and every one of them for stepping up and up in their level of support to the channel and the Joy family. So if you will, as a Joy family, help me celebrate with them. We have a Joy Team member that is celebrating 2 years of being on the Joy Team. So if you will, help me celebrate with Dawn P. And then we have a couple folks that are celebrating their 4-year anniversary. So if you will, help me celebrate with Miss Lucy from Lucy's Crochet Spot. Anna, we know her as Grandma Anna. And also Miss Wanda from Crochet Done My Way. So once again, happy anniversary to Dawn, to Lucy, to, oh my gosh, y'all, my brain is going 1,000 miles a minute. Oh, forgive me, Grandma Anna, and then Miss Wanda. So once again, happy anniversary to them. And again, thank you for all the support that you bring to all of us here in the Joyful House. Okay, I have a couple other people I would like to announce. You know, it's always fun when our family grows. And so if you will, help me just fully welcome in our new Joy family and show appreciation to them deciding that they wanted to hit that subscribe button and become a part of the Joy family here. So without further ado, help me welcome in Miss Gwendolyn Plummer. We also have Jeffrey Shaver. We also have Janine Hoover. And we have Simple Retired Life. And we also have Izzy's Crochet Corner. Now, if anyone has joined the Joy family from late Tuesday night to now, I do apologize. Being out of state and at the Premier Conference or meetup, I have not been in the studio since Tuesday night. But I will definitely make sure that we get you shouted out over on the community post if there is someone, and we will definitely welcome you in throughout the week and throughout the month because we do it for a whole month. All right. So if you will, help me welcome in our new Joy family. I'm sorry, Mr. Joyful's telling me something. What?
I fixed the satellite dish.
Oh, awesome. Awesome.
I got it lined back up.
Thank you. Okay. We also have some new Joy Team members that we want to welcome in. These three decided to sign up on their own. So we want to give a great big shout out to them. And we have Laura from Laura's Block Ministries. We also have Miss Doris Artman. And we have Janine Hoover, and Miss Janine is also a brand new Eagle. So welcome into them. And then we have a couple gifted memberships. So if you will, join me in welcoming them in. We have Miss Sanita, who was gifted membership by Sanja. We have Bonnie from Bonnie's Corner, gifted by Wanda. We also have Denisha, who was gifted by Wanda. And we have Diana D. Loves Yarn that was gifted by Wanda. We have Ian is a Weirdo who was gifted by Wanda. And we have Janet R. who was also gifted by Wanda. And you guys, I got to meet Miss Janet at the Premier Meetup. Yes, I got my picture with her. And you will get to see that whenever we have our big Premier party. Aiming for next Thursday at the tea party if I can get everything from Wanda and Kim. I know life is busy and crazy and hectic, so no rush on their part. They're both just getting home and got to get back to their daily schedules. So whenever we get that together, we will definitely celebrate that moment in time. But if you will, join me as we welcome in all those new Joy Team members. Again, welcome to the Joy Team. We are so grateful to have you. And then a great big thank you to those that gifted those memberships. Greatly appreciate that. That was Sanja again and Wanda. And I know I'm forgetting someone, y'all. My brain. I'm so sorry. I know I'm leaving someone out. Nope, that was right. Sanja and Wanda. Okay, so I got everybody. Yay! All righty. Y'all know what we like to do here in the Joyful House whenever we come together. We like to fill our hearts, our bodies with joy so we can have a joyful time together. My prayer is that you will take some joy with you when you leave. Fill your joy tanks daily. And one good way to start that is just to express our joy. So if you will, take a moment with me as we express our joy. And the last group of people that I would like to recognize tonight is you. I want to say a great big thank you to all of you for coming over and spending some time with me this evening. All right, let's head back over to the tea room. And it wouldn't be a tea party without tea. So let's see what we're having tonight. First, this is the tea mug that I'm drinking out of. This is the Peanut Gang. And while I love peanuts, I love Charlie Brown and Snoopy and all of the gang, there's no gang I like better than the Joy family. Tonight, because I lost the tea that I was going to have tonight, I can't find where I tucked it for tonight. So I quickly brought in some new tea. And unfortunately, I went to look for it to change it up to be maybe or maybe not the tea that we give away tonight. And I cannot find it. So it must be discontinued. But it is from Tazo. Again, no affiliation, no shouting them out, just simply sharing what I'm going to be drinking tonight. I'd love it if you'd let me know in the chat what you have in your cup. I know not everybody's a tea drinker, especially herbal tea. So let me know, what is your choice of drink tonight for our tea party? But this is organic baked cinnamon apple. It is caffeine free. Yay. Y'all know I love caffeine free. And it says warm up with spiced apple nested with rich rubios for a sweetly indulgent infusion. So let's go ahead. I've already heated up my water for this. Been out of town, so I didn't have a full pitcher, but I've got enough here to get this tea going. Oh yeah, that is more than enough. And we're going to get this in and get it seeping. So in a minute, we can definitely give this organic baked apple pie. Is that what it was? Oh, baked cinnamon apple a taste. All right, so we'll get that in there and get that seeping. All right, let me put this to the side. And let's go check on the chat. Oh, I think I'm still finding coffee. Oops. Let me go find those emojis, and there we go. Thank you so much, Samantha, for help on those emojis. But unfortunately, I touched the chat and it went down to the bottom. So hopefully I can quickly find my way back. You guys, I took a day off and I feel like, it's been forever since I've been in the studio. Thank you guys so much for welcoming Terry in. I appreciate that love that you continue to show. Oh, you don't have XP. Okay. I'm not sure what we need that for. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm following. All right. Look at that love. Love it, love it. Okay. Love it. Beautiful, beautiful. And as always, thank you guys so much for wishing our Joy family that's celebrating their birthdays a happy birthday. Thank you for celebrating our Joy team as they celebrate their anniversaries. That's right, my beautiful friend, 2 years and many more. Love it, love it. All right. Zipping on through. And then we're going to spill some tea. Are y'all ready to spill some tea? If you are new here, one thing that I love to make very clear in the Joyful House is everyone is seen and heard. Everyone is accepted. Everyone is a part of the Joy family. No one gets left behind. So we love to just highlight all the love in the chat. They're saying hello, Mr. Joyful. That was specifically from Miss Terry. And if you cannot hear him, he is saying hello, hello back. Hello, Angela S. Welcome in. So good to see you. She says, y'all, it's been a long week. So glad to be here. And for many, school has started back, and Angela's a school teacher. So they are, well, are you just getting ready for school, or it actually started back? Correct me, Angela. All right. That was sweet of Miss Wanda gifting those memberships. And speaking of gifting memberships, oh my gosh, Miss Margie, thank you so much. She gifted some memberships. So let me go see if I can pull up who they were. And by the way, I'm going to go ahead and drop your Tea Party poll in the question. So if you didn't answer it over the week on the community post, you can do it right here in the chat. And let me see if I can scroll up here real quickly. And let's see, it went to Miss Terry. Oh my gosh, awesome. And Vima's Crochet and Miss Jacqueline and Oak Strong and Stella's mom. Well, welcome in. Welcome to the Joy team. We will shout this out again just before we leave tonight. Miss Margie, thank you again for that. That is a wonderful gift, and I appreciate that so much, especially for those folks. And just in time, we have begun our new mystery make-along over at the Joy team. We'll talk about that again in a minute as we spill tea. All right. I know, right? That's so sweet of Miss Margie. I know. Wasn't it so sweet to meet Miss Janet? And we met a couple of others. We met Deborah Richardson. And I heard Diane Major's name called out for a win, but didn't get to see her. And I didn't know what she looked like, so I didn't know how to look for her. So that was awesome to get to see Miss Janet R. All right. And Ivy is here. Hello, Ivy. Ivy, I'm so glad you're here. I hope Jen went and got you. I do want to share something with you, but again, I will share it all when we have the big premiere party later on, when I get everything together and all the pictures. But Ivy, I've got something wonderful to share with you. In fact, you guys, give me just a quick second to ask Mr. Joyful something. All right. Mr. Joyful is going to help get something for me so I can show everyone, but specifically Ivy. And y'all will understand why I am highlighting Ivy in a moment. All right. She did, Terry. She did. And we got it recognized. All right. Thank you guys so much for showing love to our sweet Ivy as she has come in. Play it again, please. What do you need me to play? And she says, Tankster is in the house. She is. She is. Thank you guys again for showing everybody love. I appreciate that. All right. Miss Samantha is drinking water. Tank says she has got water and coffee. And Terry says she's got water to drink. And she says, mine sounds delicious. I am excited to try. Oh,
I didn't want to touch with my bare hands.
Okay. Well,
on the roof.
Okay. Well, Ivy, you probably already know what that was about. That I'll explain more later. Didn't expect him to do that. He gave an apple, Mr. Joyful. Mr. Joyful walked right in here in the Joyful house, and he gave a great big apple. It's all right. I have not, Samantha. If you'll remember, we ran late on the watch party, and I came straight to the tea party, so I will eat dinner afterwards, but thank you for asking. All right. And Miss Laura is celebrating 3 months on the Joy team. And Miss Laura, we will celebrate that. Now, I know I just got through shouting her out saying that she just signed up on her own, and that is true. She had been gifted membership twice. So with that and now signing up, she's been a part of the Joy team for 3 months. But we will shout all of that out at the end if y'all will give me the grace to do it at that time. All right. Love it, love it. Lots of love going on. Just sent me a text. I will look at that. I had to find my phone. All right. Samantha is talking about the first place chatters. She is talking about the first place chatters. And what about it? What am I missing?
You've got a text message.
I've gotten quite a few text messages. So sorry. Let me just make sure the ones that I need to. All right. And one is from Miss Connie, who I don't know if y'all know was in the hospital. I told her that, you know, I'm glad she's home and still praying for her recovery. She's saying you're welcome. I mean, she's saying thank you. I'm saying you're welcome, and I'm on a live. I'll get back with her. And let me see. Oh, thank you so much, Miss Wanda. I see what it was. She was so kind to, I'm about to spill my tea, y'all. Wasn't enough to spill coffee. Now I'm going to spill tea. To let me know who the gifted memberships were for. Miss Wanda, you're the rock. All right. And let's see. Thank you guys so much for welcoming everyone in. I do appreciate that. Ivy says, Tank summon me. Thank you, Tank. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Love it. All right. Tank says, oh, your blouse. We'll see. Hello, Racine. Welcome in. So good to see you and bringing your happiness in here. Love that. That is Racine with happiness that has just come in. Thank you guys so much for loving her in as she came in through the front door. We don't want to leave anyone standing out at the front door. Thank you, Tank. I appreciate that so much. Definitely wanted her to hear this even before we have the big, you know, premiere party, which I'm going to try and do it at the next tea party next Thursday. But again, whenever I get things together, if it's not at the tea party, then we'll do a special live and I'll get it announced. Samantha wants a crown for chatting the most. Okay. I know she was #1 on it Saturday, but I don't know what she means by a crown. I don't give out those crowns. That's something that happens through YouTube when you're in a current active live, not like like it's in that live that you get those crowns. I think the top 3 chatters of a current active ongoing live receives the crowns for the chats they've done in that present live. But when the live ends, it starts over with the next live. So I don't have the ability to do that. All right. Thank you for explaining that to me, Jen. I did, Bridget. I wish you could have gone with us, but maybe next time. And she says, I'm happy you had fun and a safe trip. We did. We did. Hello, Izzy. Welcome in. So good to see you. You're not late. You're never late at the Joyful House. Always welcome. Doors always open. All right. I think I'm getting close to the bottom. So if you guys want to go ahead and drop some emojis for me to help me find my way, that would be gracious. Not much of a chatter, but listen very well. LOL. Glad you're here, especially for this news that I'm going to be sharing in just a little bit. All right. She did not. But there's always next time. We're definitely going to do it again when they have it again. Thank you guys for loving Izzy in. I appreciate that so much. Taking you on the road. Got to go get my girl. We'll be listening as I drive, so no chatting for me. Well, nugs to you. Drive safely. Glad you're here. Glad you're still able to hang out with us and listen. Yes, thank you, Tank. YouTube gives that, not me. I couldn't, unfortunately. I didn't have the money to travel nor anyone to watch the farm while out of town. The king is still at school, and he goes for his CDL test tomorrow. Yay. Well, let him know that we are sending joyful thoughts his way and praying that everything goes well. And you guys, we have another eagle that has landed. So if you will, help me give a great big joyful eagle welcome to our newest eagle, Miss Janine. Welcome into the Joyful House on this beautiful Thursday evening. And she says, hi, everyone. Hello, Miss Janine. All right. Izzy says, I'm here but lurking because I had a tornado hit my house. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my gosh, Izzy, I'm going to mark that so I can add that to my prayer journal. Definitely praying for you. So sorry to hear that. Well, I hope that you fill your joy tank here. Thank you guys so much for the love that you are pouring out to her. I appreciate that so, so much. Yes, yes, prayers, prayers. Hello, Mateo. Welcome in, your sweet self. So good to see you. Happy Thursday. Glad you were able to come by and stop by the Joyful House tonight. Thank you guys for loving on Mateo and welcoming our sweet, sweet friend in. Y'all, this love in the chat, it never gets boring. I never grow tired of hearing it. Tank is saying, Izzy, when did your house get hit? Great question, Tank. All right. Tank, just tonight. So I'm fighting with insurance. Bless your heart. Oh, my goodness. Well, definitely hope that it's safe for you to still be there. Hope you get everything figured out that you need to start getting those repairs started immediately. But glad you are safe. Glad you are safe. You guys, help me give a great big welcome to Pam. Welcome in, Pam. She says, howdy do, everyone. Lurking while stuffing my face. You go right ahead. Glad you are here. I know, right, Wanda? Sorry to hear that. Just so grateful that she is safe. All right, you guys, if you'll drop me some more emojis, that grace will be appreciated. Okay, with that, we are ready to spill some tea. So if you're ready to spill some tea with me, lean a little bit closer in. And while you are doing that, make sure you are gathering some joy here at the Joyful House. Okay, first things first, traveling box of joy. It is still traveling. And I hope yesterday that you were blessed as you got to see the adventure that Miss Nancy had with the traveling box of joy. and all the goodies that she was able to find in that box. And as you now know, it is leaving New Jersey and it is heading to Albion, Michigan, which I'm going to be a little bit honest with you. I worked the Traveling Box of Joy 1 week ahead of the videos. So it's already been to Michigan and it's already had some time with Miss Jennifer Ruckel. And Miss Jennifer got it out today for our next destination. Not going to tell you who it is because they don't know yet it's coming. I wait till the day before it's due to arrive to let them know. But next Wednesday, stay tuned and you'll get to see the adventure that Miss Jennifer had with the Traveling Box of Joy and what goodies she found. But that Traveling Box of Joy is moving around. This is our 4th annual year of the Traveling Box of Joy. So I am so grateful that once again, everyone is getting to experience a little bit of joy with that box. And let's see. The next thing that I want to stop and do is, as you know, Miss Candy was our winner last week for our tea party giveaway, but she was working, so she couldn't give us a number on the Choose Joy. And so she gave it earlier in the chat and she chose number 21. So let's pull this out and see what Miss Candy has won. All right. Ooh, I see something. So first off, ooh, Miss Candy, you won a crochet duck bag off of Amazon. So I will definitely make sure I get that out to you tonight after the tea party. So congratulations on that, Miss Candy. And Miss Candy chose an envelope that, guess what it has? Y'all know what that means. That's right. We're doing a giveaway, but we got to scratch it off. And to be honest, I had to move everything around because of spilling my coffee. So let me see if I've got something handy that I can scratch this card with, since not everything is on my desk as it normally is. And while I'm doing that, let's give this tea a try. Our organic baked cinnamon apple. Oh my gosh. That is like drinking apple pie. That is like drinking apple pie. I'm really sad that I could not find that on Amazon. I may have to go to the Tazo company and see if I can find it for next month. You guys, I just want to sit here and drink this tea now. Oh gosh, that's really good. That was a treat. Okay. Let's scratch off our card. And let's see what it says. And it says, oh, I get to give one of my hook holders that I make. And I don't, okay. I do have them. I do have some. Now, these are not going to be my official ones going forward because, like I've said before, and when I shared these before, I did some research and I am quite legally in the right to make them this way. But I've decided to make them Cynthia style. And going forward, my hook holders will actually have a pouch that will have the option of sliding a pair of scissors and a darning needle in it. But these are the current hook holders that I have. And that's what the card says for me to give a hook holder away in the chat. And the 4 that I have left are these 4 here. So let me hold up 2 at a time because my hands are small. So I have these 2. Let me turn it around the right way. So I have these 2, a blue one and a purple one. I have this one with butterflies, and I have this one with bumblebees. And again, you just slide your hook in here. It is wide enough that you should be able to put a even large fat size hook in there. It is the length and then some of a normal size crochet hook. Miss Margie knows that I am trying to work on making some for Tunisian style hooks as well. Just due to some health issues and being under the weather and then going out to Premier Meetup, I have not been able to be in the craft room to pull the sewing machine out and work on some more. But anyway, so we're fixing to spin the wheel to see who is going to win one of these, and they will be able to choose. And we'll just say either butterfly, purple, blue, or bee. So I will start getting that ready. Let's see what word. Let's just put hook in the chat. So if you'll drop the word hook in the chat, then we'll pick somebody in the chat to win one of those. So we'll give everybody a moment, and let me just remind you that the Tea Party poll is in the chat. I've gotten a lot of comments about this poll. And they're like, Miss Cynthia, I can't imagine you saying any of those phrases. But embarrassingly enough, your girl did say one of those at one point in time in her life. All right, let's get this word up here. Okay, we'll give everybody a moment to do that. And while we're doing that, let's just go ahead and throw in our joy word tonight. So I'm going to pull this down for just a moment. Y'all have got the word. Keep typing it in. Let's go ahead and bring in our joy word tonight. Our joy word tonight is purpose. Purpose. Live your purpose. So what does purpose mean? Well, purpose, the definition for purpose is reasons why something is done, made, or exists. It is an outcome that you plan to reach or achieve. It means to aim for something, to have a goal, to have intent, to have a mission, to make something happen. So what does purpose mean here in the Joyful House? Here in the Joyful House, purpose means to work towards the intent of aligning your actions with your core values for a fulfilling life. Discover what truly makes you happy and set as many goals as you need to make it happen. So once again, our joyful word tonight is purpose. And if you're new here, if you leave a sentence in the comment after the live, you might be entered into a possible giveaway. But nonetheless, it's always good to tuck that word in with you, carry it with you through the week, and just remember that you are indeed here with a purpose. Okay, I think everyone's had plenty of time to type the word hook in the chat. So without further ado, let's see who is going to get a hook holder. And it goes to Pam, and I bet I know which one she might pick. Congratulations, Pam. Let me get to the right place here. You are indeed our surprise chat winner for tonight. So congratulations. And Miss Pam, if you will, let me know. I love that, Tank. A deep sense of personal direction and value. That is even a better way to look at the word purpose here in the Joyful House. I love that. I love that. Hello, Latanya. I see your name. I see Lori. I see Sanja. Welcome in. You guys, I know I am missing a lot of folks. between dropping the word hook, we jumped from 0 to 289 chats. So if in that time frame you said something really important you want me to know, if you will please kindly drop it in the chat again. I would greatly appreciate it. If I have not personally shouted out your name as a welcome in, I know the group did, but if you'll just say hi to me again, here at the bottom, I would greatly appreciate that, because I always like to personally welcome everyone in to the Joyful House. All right, let's turn our attention to Pam. Lori says, I was here just lurking before. Well, so glad you're here. And thank you for saying hello and giving us a chance, and Nightbot, I'm sure, to welcome you in and say hello. So we've got the butterfly, we've got the purple, we've got the blue, and we've got the bee. So let me know which one you would like, Miss Pam, and I will make sure I get that out in the mail. It'll either go out, honestly, tomorrow or Saturday, but it will be there definitely by next week. Okay. And I don't think I've seen her respond just yet. Okay, thank you, Dawn. She looked it up for me, and Tazo does not have that tea on their site anymore. Well, I will let you know that I didn't find it on Amazon, and I didn't get a chance to jump over there because we ran late with the watch party. And again, I had to switch up the tea for tonight, but I did pick 2 other flavors of Tazo in case tonight is our special night of giving away tea. For those of you that are new, once a month, somewhere in our Thursday tea parties, we give away tea to someone in the chat, but I can't reveal until it is time, whatever week that is, when that will be. It's just a random pop-up surprise, so you never know. All right, let me see. But thank you, Dawn, for checking on that for me. That's a shame, because that's some really good tea, y'all. All right. And Lori says, oh, I'm a tea lover. Well, hang with me. All right. Is Pam still here? I see Tank putting bees in the thing. That's what I'm thinking, Tank. But we'll see what she says. Did she? Thank you, Wanda. Thank you. And thank you, Jen. I now see that, but I don't see her response. Of course, the chat is moving kind of quickly, but thank you, guys. So, Miss Pam, I will get that to you. And again, you just get to slip your hook in there, and it protects your hook. It's great for carrying while you're traveling. And in the future, mine, somewhere around this area, before it tucks in, there's going to be a pocket that will be where you can stick your little crochet scissors in. Again, I've moved everything. I've got mine all in little sheaths, but you'd be able to stick your scissors in and a little darning needle, put your hook inside, and then still be able to latch it. But I haven't got those made yet. So these are the last ones of the ones that I made when I made that big group of them. But all right. So that goes to Miss Pam. Thank you so much, Miss Pam. Okay. Oh, put that back in the sheath there. All right. Let's go take a look at the poll. Let me get all my screens open back here. So our poll for the week, and it is in the chat, so if you didn't get a chance to answer it over on the community post, you have an opportunity right here in the chat. And the question, and by the way, this was Tea Party poll number 35, and it says, which shocking words did I say to someone that I had just met? Never met him before, and at the end of the conversation, I either said, I hope you have the day you deserve. Don't speak, it makes you sound dumb. I'm glad you got to meet me. And I didn't have enough space to put in the full phrase, but the phrase was, here's your nose. I found it in my business. So which one of those did I say? Well, let's start with this bottom one here. 0% of you said that that's what I said. Thank goodness, y'all. I would never say that. But let's go back to the top. 43% of you said, I hope you have the day you deserve. 14% said, don't speak, it makes you sound dumb. And 43% of you said, I'm glad you got to meet me. Well, let's go to the next least percentage one, and that is the second one, don't speak, it makes you sound dumb. I hope y'all know me. I would never, ever tell somebody that. So you guys are kind of like on the nose with the last two. It is definitely either one of these two, number 1 or number 3. I hope you have the day you deserve. Anytime I hear that, I always hear it from a negative way. I hope you have the day you deserve. And you guys, if you said that, well, you would be incorrect. I would never say that to someone. So that leaves the third option. And indeed, that is what I said to someone. I did say, I'm glad you got to meet me. What I meant to say was, I am glad I got to meet you. This happened my freshman year of college, and we were in the cafeteria, and I don't know, we were probably a month and a half into our very first semester of college, and a girl came up that had just recently become a member of our Baptist Student Union, which is our BSU, and our Reformed University Fellowship, which we called RUF. And RUF was the Presbyterian ministry, and BSU, if you don't know, was the Baptist ministry. And I was a part of both of those. And so she had come to eat lunch with us that day. And so many of us didn't have any classes for a while after lunch. And so we stayed and chit-chatted and got to know each other. And when we went to leave, I literally went to shake her hand. And I said, I'm so glad you got to meet me. And as soon as I said it, I couldn't believe that I said it. And I was like, no, I'm so sorry. I'm so glad I got to meet you. And so 2 days later, when I saw her over at the student union, when I went to go check my mail, I saw her, and I was like, and I saw her before she saw me. And I was like, oh no, what do I do? What do I do? You know, I don't know. She might've taken offense to that. That was a really awful thing to say, really kind of conceited. And so, she looked up, she saw me, and she gave me this great big, oh my gosh, hello. And I was like, oh, I think it's okay. I think it's okay. So I walked towards her, and lo and behold, we were good friends the entire 4 years that we had together at Winthrop University. Of course, back then in that year, it was actually Winthrop College. My freshman, my sophomore, my junior year, it was Winthrop College. My senior year, which was 1993, telling you my age, it became Winthrop University. But anyway, so we were really good friends, and we are still good friends to this day. Don't get to speak to each other as often. But anyway, so yes, I said that to someone. I'm so glad you got to meet me. Thank goodness I didn't say it that way yesterday at the premiere meetup, where I did make some new friends, and I hope that they'll come be a part of the Joyful family. But just in case there is a couple that is here, I do want to give a big shout out to Carla and Sean. They were seated at the table with Kim and Wanda and Todd and myself, and we had a really, really great time with them. And so I am looking forward to not only maybe having a relationship with them here in the Joyful House through our wonderful lives, but I'm hoping that once again, we'll get to meet them up in person, because they truly were a lovely couple. And Miss Carla and I have had a very similar health journey, and to watch this woman, you guys, she is definitely a walking miracle earth angel who has inspired me in so many ways. And my disability ended up showing very, very loudly yesterday at premiere. I was really embarrassed, but in the end, the thing I want to say about that, because I wasn't able to fully get up on stage, I made it. The last step was like 1.5 feet wide, and I got up there, but I couldn't stand up. And so I had to go back down on the step to speak to the announcer. And I was very embarrassed over that. But I want you to hear this in case any of those premier folks are here today. I am no longer looking at it as an embarrassment. I am looking at it as a way as it is who I am authentically. It is what I deal with on a daily basis. I do not let it define me. So I beg of you, don't let that be what you remember me by. Please remember me always as someone who tries to be joyful and share joy. So shout out to all of my new premier friends if they are here. Okay, let's head over to the poll in the house and see what you guys said after I've already given you the answer. Oh, let's see. What did you guys say? So 40% of you said, I hope you have the day you deserve. And 12% said, don't speak, it makes you sound dumb. 36% said, I'm glad you got to meet me. And 12% said, your nose, I found it in my business. Well, you know the answer. It is, I'm glad you got to meet me. And I'm going to head right back over to the poll over at the community post, because another thing I like to do here, in case y'all are new, is I like to shout out those that commented and share what they shared, because these polls are not only a way for you to get to know some little personal details about me, but it is a great way for us to get to learn personal details about you as well. So it's just kind of, you know, kind of a meetup on the community post. All right, Miss Candy says, I don't imagine you saying any of these. You're such a sweet person. You're kind, Candy. There is one I would love to use on my brother, Nuggies. What? And Mr. Uriel gave us a bunch of smiley faces laughing. Enjoyed that poll tremendously. But thank you, Candy and Uriel, for responding. Samantha says, I think I'm glad you got to meet me. Because when a new person comes to meet you, that is what they say. And I hope I get it right this time. You did get it right, Samantha. So congratulations. Thank you for responding. Suzanne says, I have said other things that I won't mention, but none of these. I think have the day you deserve is appropriate for people when they're trying to ruin your day. You are right, Suzanne. And I'm glad that you didn't choose that as my answer, or I hope you didn't. Thank you for responding, Suzanne. Miss Margie says, at this moment, I can't think of anything. She can't think of anything that she might have said in a negative way to someone. So that is great, Miss Margie. To me, that's a gal who thinks before she speaks. So proud of you. Thank you, Miss Margie, for responding. And our last reply is Miss Tiffany, and she says, wow, you've been really good at stumping me with the last several polls. This one, when I first read all the options, I couldn't help but laugh and try to picture you saying any of those. LOL. You're too kind, Tiffany. So even though I am most likely wrong, and that's okay, I'm going to say that you may have told someone, don't speak. It makes you sound dumb. May have thought it a couple times, but I've never said it. Even though I chose this one, I really can't imagine you saying any of these to anyone. I can't wait to hear the answer. And actually, I hope I would really never say any of those ever or ever again to someone, because I do always enjoy meeting people. It is funny, though, because yesterday it kind of showed, you know, here on the live behind this beautiful camera, you guys always see a joyfully upbeat gal. But I don't know. I should have made this a poll, but I'm gonna continue, because I don't like it when people leave me hanging. But truth of the thing is, you know, sometimes behind the scenes, I'm actually rather shy. I am someone who likes to observe the room. I like to observe the room, read the room. And if I see someone kind of standing away from the group or in a corner, I like to go and talk to that person. But in general, I'm usually one that likes to listen and watch more than I like to be like in the hub of things. So anyway, and that kind of showed a little bit yesterday. But anyway, so I had to make sure I was apologizing to people. Please don't think differently. I know I'm so bubbly behind the camera, but I'm front and center. So I feel like, I need to be, not that that's not my true self, but in general, when I'm especially in a large group of people, I really like to just read the room. And I like to find the ones that are not mingling, and I like to mingle with them. So anyway, it was a little hard to do that yesterday. There was a lot of people to meet, and I met a lot of people that I didn't know or hadn't met before. And then some I knew by name, and now I know by face. And I got to give them a great big nug. And if you are new here, nugs is simply just a great big hug around the neck. One day, I tend to talk faster than I think. And I was trying to say hug around the neck, and I just said nugs, and it stuck. So anyway, so that is our poll. And I want to say thank you to all of you that continue to participate in those polls, because again, it gives me a little opportunity to get to know you a little bit better. So, and I hope you have fun trying to figure out a little bit about more of who Cynthia is. All right, let's move along. Okay, normally when we do our joy word, we also do our chase the fun. And I did have a couple folks that sent in some chase the fun. I did have some folks that sent in some of their finished makes for our community make video. And I want to apologize to all of them. I did not get those done before I left for the premiere meetup. So I don't have those ready for tonight, but I will make sure that they are ready for next Thursday. But thank you for sending those in. Again, that's another way for you to get on a possible pop-up giveaway, is by sending in pictures of your finished makes, or sending in pictures of you chasing your fun, however that may be. So there is no right or wrong way to chase your fun. So, okay. But we're still going to do our chasing the fun from Miss Annie tonight. So if you will, get ready to chase the fun. If you'll remember last week, Miss Annie, and for those of you that are new, this is where we get our Chase the Fun from Annie Downs, and this is her book. I personally purchased this one from an Ollie's, so if you've got an Ollie's, maybe you can find one there. But it's just 100 days to discover fun right where you are. Last week, we looked at learning to fall in love with our failure. And this week, she wants us to learn how to fall in love with our scars. And you guys, when I refreshed myself this afternoon on this, I thought a lot about yesterday and what happened on that stage. And I am still trying to learn how to fully navigate where I'm at, and I'm learning to celebrate. I may not have been able to stand on that stage yesterday, but I did make it to the stage. And for a girl who literally had her spine crushed and couldn't physically walk, and to this day still is numb from the chest down, I'm telling you what, I am no longer in that wheelchair. It may have taken me 2.5 years to learn how to walk, but I'm learning to celebrate the fact that I made it up those steps, and that last step, like I said, it was about 1.5 feet wide from the last step to that stage, and I made it. So I am learning to celebrate that. And going back and reading this, it just really makes me proud of the accomplishments that I've made, and I'm hoping that my life can always be an inspiration. This is coming from a scripture verse, and it is from Romans chapter 5, verses 3-5, and it says, "Not only so, but we also glory in our sufferings." There's not a single one of us here who has not suffered through something. So this is for all of us. Because we know that suffering produces perseverance, and perseverance produces character, and character produces hope, and hope does not put us to shame. No, no, no. because God's love has been poured out into our hearts through the Holy Spirit who has been given to us. Miss Annie shares, I have a scar on my knee, and every time I see it, I remember the story of how it got there. I'm transported to the smell of grass and mud and sweat, the sounds of cleats and kicks, of classmates and parents yelling from the stands, then the sudden stop of all the sounds and the collective gasp when I fell. The blur of my coach and our team's trainer surrounding me, helping me up and assuring me that I would be okay. The injury that caused that scar also created the end of my soccer career. Now, as you know, I just play for fun. And that's the thing about scars. They tell a story. And while it's a story of pain, the middle and end of the story point to healing. Because the healing process is what changes a wound to a scar, it's that way with physical scars. But it's also that way with our spiritual and our emotional scars too. There's hurt that we oftentimes experience, and we've all been there. When the friend you thought was loyal betrayed you, the breakup when you thought it was going to last, the unfulfilled dreams, the suffering bank accounts, the loss of a job, the scary diagnosis, the heartbreaking disappointment, maybe even a miscarriage. We have the option to shift our perspective from scars that are evidences of wounds to scars that are evidences of healing. It's a slight shift when you see it on paper, but I know it's easier said than done. It takes hope that something good can come out of our circumstances that should feel only bad. It takes opening up our hearts and our hands and our eyes to see if we can find the gifts in healing. A gift like unexpected strength. You get a few weeks, maybe months, maybe years to recover, because sometimes that's how long it takes. But down the road, you will get to look back and see a confidence and a resolve in yourself that you didn't know you were capable of having or possessing. And you get to say, I did it. You might even have a gift like empathy that enables you to see the difficulty that others are walking through with a new level of compassion. And ultimately, healing gives the gift of hope. When you've been wounded and you've seen the way that God heals, you have assurance that He can and He will do it again, no matter the circumstance, no matter what you're going through, no matter what you're facing, no matter what causes your scars. You know that you are going to be okay. Before I give you your Chase the Fun challenge for this week, I just want to shout out again this beautiful lady that I met yesterday. I pray she's here tonight. Her name is Carla. And I shared that she and I have had some similar and still are facing some similar health issues. But Miss Carla's, it's a lot more severe than mine ever has come close to being. And this lady has spent the better part of 30 years in a wheelchair. I got to get out of mine. So I am definitely learning how to have empathy, even more so. And yesterday, God literally opened up that door for me. And the most beautiful thing about Miss Carla is she has kind of this sense of humor about her and her circumstances and the way the world has received her. And I want to tell you something. I told her, you know, the world receives you the way you are because of what you show them. She doesn't let it define her. And she has this light about her. She has this strength about her. She has this endurance. And her body may be trapped in a wheelchair, but it has stopped her from nothing. I told her, you are an earth angel, because she told me this happened when her son was 2 years old. She raised her son from the age of 2 to a grown man in a wheelchair. She has an amazing partner who's been an amazing caregiver. She has a humongous cheerleader in Mr. Sean, but together they did it. And you know what? I didn't see the wheelchair. I didn't see all the hardship. What I saw was this beautiful woman, this beautiful couple. What an inspiration. I don't know what you're going through today, my friends, my lovely Joy family, but just know this. One day, you are going to look back through whatever it is you're going through or whatever you're getting ready to face, and you're going to say, I did it. And you're going to realize that you are indeed stronger than you think you are. I may not have stood on that stage yesterday, but at least I made the step up. I did it. Keep on keeping on. All right. What is our Chase the Fun challenge this week? Look for chances to show up with the strength and the empathy and the hope that you have personally gained from your scars. So I want you to focus on the scars in your life, and then I want to celebrate the strength. Because you see, you wouldn't have that scar if you didn't overcome the wound. So if you got a scar, you did it. So celebrate it. Celebrate it and celebrate you. Oh my gosh, I got to go check on the chat, you guys. So give me that quick grace to do that. And I'm going to zoom up and hope I find some emojis. And I think I did. I did. So let me see here. And that's where Miss Dawn was telling me that Tazo does not sell that anymore. All right, and everyone's let me know about Miss Pam picking the bee. Miss Wanda was letting us know she had not had the chance to check out the community post. You guys, if you will, keep Miss Wanda in your prayers as she is packing up and getting ready for a big move, praying that all of that goes well and smoothly and in the time frame that it needs to. All right. She says she got it wrong in the chat. Jen says, not right, both times. And Miss Margie got it right on both polls. Woohoo! Love it. Dawn says she guessed it right. Woohoo! And let's see. Miss Pam says, me too, Wanda. I was torn between the top two. I love it. I love it. All right. Let's see. Tiffany says, I was wrong. I had no clue which to answer. Love it. There's Miss Connie. We were just talking about you earlier, sweetheart. We are so glad that you are home from the hospital, praying for your recovery. I know just because you're home, that doesn't mean that it is smooth, easy sailing forward. So definitely praying for that recovery, but so glad that you are home. Welcome home. Miss Terry says, thank goodness I thought it was at the premiere party. No, I did not do that, Miss Terry. It was many, many years ago when I was very, very young in my very, very sparkling early 20s. Actually, I think I was still 19. I was 19 at the time I said that. So that's been many, many, many decades ago. Because your girl is old, but only in number, not in heart, not in spirit, not in joy. Thank you guys so much for that love that you're giving Connie as she's coming in. I love it. I love it. I know, right? She's been freed. She has been freed indeed. Oh, you guys, thank you so much for that love for her. Connie, welcome home and welcome back to the Joy family. I hope you are feeling all of this love that you are getting. I love it. I love it. Thank you guys so much. And she says hello to all of her fabulous, amazing, and that's right, beautiful Yarny friends. I love it. I love it. How are y'all doing? She says, I've been freed from that horrible hospital, and because of their incompetence, they never gave me my nasal sprays. Oh my goodness. That she was supposed to take for surgery. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry to hear that. All right. Thank you guys so much for continuing to pour out that love for her. And Suzanne says, when I had a sinus CT years ago, they made me buy my own nasal spray. They didn't give me a prescription or a bottle. How dare? As Jen would say, let me see. I think I still got it in here. Hopefully I can find it real quickly. Yes. How rude. How rude. That was a little rude. Come on, hospitals. Pull it together. All right. And let's see here. Jen says, I didn't read your answer. I didn't. I'm looking back through. I don't see. Oh, did it maybe come in after I'd pulled this up and saved it? No, I don't see it. Are you talking about in the chat? I know there's some chat that I missed. So if you can repost that for me, Jen, I would greatly appreciate it. But she says overall, Connie, that she is feeling great, you guys. Bridget says, I'm always the one hiding in the corner. Well, then you would be the one I would come talk to, my sweet, beautiful friend. Oh, thank you guys so much for this love for Connie. And she is saying hello to Miss Dawn and Tank. All right. Hello, Alicia. Welcome into the Joyful House. All right. And Miss Katie is here with us. All right. Everyone is still continuing to greet everyone. Thank you for that. I'm going to go quickly through this so we can start wrapping up our time. I know we started late. I appreciate that as the watch party ran over because your girl spilled the cup of coffee. Well, it was really a big cup of coffee. A really huge cup of coffee, a 32-ounce cup of coffee. No, I was not planning to drink all of that this afternoon. I was planning on putting some away in the refrigerator, but now, well, I got a shiny floor. That's all I'm going to say. And I smell sugary sweet. Tank says, I'm a bit congested, but okay. I dropped a heavy toad on my foot, broke my little toe. Oh my gosh, no. So sorry to hear that. Well, definitely hope you have some fast healing there, sweet Tank. Miss Katie Sharon, she's still having swallowing issues, but drinking her sleepy time tea to help her out. All right. Kind of going through this a little fast, you guys, but don't want to miss anyone for sure. Alicia said she's liking that Chase the Fun. I think that's what that was for. So Tank says, I thought, what have I done now? Poor little toe. All right. Still got folks greeting each other. Thank you so much for that. And I've got a conversation going on with Tank and Connie, so I'm just going to leave that kind of there. Sorry that I'm not jumping in with that, but I do want to keep us going. Yes, she is so happy to be back home with the biscuit and her sweet kitties, Ollie and Charlie. Right, Dawn. Thank you so much for that. She says, Connie, just rest and take care of herself. You matter. Indeed, she does. Indeed, she does. All right. Let me see here. Just making sure. I love it, Dawn. She says, challenge accepted. Heal the wounds, but leave the scars. I love that. Amen to that. Yes. I'm going to highlight that so we can bring that up again at the very, very end. Yay. Hello, Lucia. Welcome in. Hope dance recital or your practice went very well today. Good to see you. Love. For those of you who don't know, Lucia is Angela S.'s sweet daughter. All right. Thank you guys for saying hello to Lucia. Sandra says, I'm glad to say I am working on the border of Bub's blanket. Oh my gosh. That's one of her Cross of the Heart project. And that is also on our Spill the Tea. So let me try to get through the rest of this chat really quickly so we can finish our Spill the Tea. I am, Dawn. I am. I'm so sorry. There's so much going on. I promise I'm coming. Oh, you're too sweet. You're too sweet. 57 years young, my friend. All right, let's see. Let's see. Tank says, I'm going to make a comfy poultice in the morning and wrap it up. Awesome, awesome. Okay, I am at the bottom of the chat. Someone please kindly drop me some emojis. So real quickly, I do want to remind you guys about Craft of the Heart. And again, like on yesterday, the Traveling Box of Joy video aired with that newest update, as well as Crafts of the Heart. Anyone can participate in Crafts of the Heart. Crafts of the Heart is just simply deciding that there's a new project you want to do, sending me, if you can, a picture of what that project will be, the yarn that you choose to use, and then you start the project. If you've got a really busy schedule or you've got a lot of projects on your hook already, then give yourself at least 15 minutes a week to work on that. But if you're like me and 15 minutes or an hour is not enough, you can give yourself a grace between 15 minutes to 2 hours, but then stop, take a picture, send it to me of that progress, put it aside, and then come back to it next week. And we get to watch your progress as you work on it from start to finish. And again, that went out yesterday. We would love to have each and every one of you as a part of our Crafts of the Heart. You just need to make sure you have your update pictures into me by noon Eastern Standard Time on Mondays, which then means that would be 11 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Mountain, and 9 a.m. Pacific. The next thing I want to talk to you about really quickly is the Joy team has started their newest mystery make-along. They are on project number 12. They just started it this past Monday of this week. So if it's something you want to jump in and do with us, come on, because it won't be too late. I think they've only got 40 stitches in. So you can certainly catch up with 40 stitches and do this wonderful mystery make along with us. You do have to sign up for a paid membership, but you know, I understand that that's not something everyone can always budget, but it is $2.99 at the lowest tier to be a part of that. But we would love to have you. But we did get started on that new mystery make along, and you are going to start seeing, as of yesterday, some of their progress pictures are ready, and they'll continue on through the week. And then also we meet on Tuesdays where we work on the Harvest Friendship Blanket, which is a design of my own. And we started it in January. We are at the mid part of the blanket, and we're going to be working on it throughout the rest of the months, and we will finish it up just before Christmas. So I would love to have you come be a part of that. But if you're not able to do that, again, no pressure, understand. And hopefully sometime in 2027, I will either do that as one of the tutorials at the new segment that will be coming to the channel called A Seat at the Craft Table, or I will have the pattern available for a small purchase. Okay. I think the only thing else I have to show you would be what has been on my hook. And to be honest, with the way things have been over the last week and getting the roof done, which is finally finished, yay. And that's what Mr. Joyful was shouting out when he came by the studio a minute ago earlier in the live, was to let me know that everything is done. The yard is cleaned up after 3 days of them working on it. Satellite is back up, and we are back open and running in the Joyful house. So love it, love it. Yesterday, while I was on the road and traveling for the premiere event, I started a baby blanket. I grabbed some yarns that I had from the Crochet Society Bella Coco that I had kind of tucked in a corner in a bag, and I pulled that yarn out, took it with me, and I decided to just start making a baby blanket. And this is what I've got made so far, and it is just simply just a half double crochet. And so I will continue to show you the progress on that week after week. Let's talk about Premiere. You guys, again, I'm going to give you just a brief window until we can really bring in all the pictures and really show it all. I chose to wear the Jen and Ivy top that I had made, and I snatched it from Mr. Joyful, so it's kind of folded in on itself. And just a reminder, this is it. I used Yarn Bee's Rainbow Rhapsody called Wild and Free. And this is Ivy's creation, her and Jen. And so this is what I wore. Miss Wanda also wore hers. And I meant to try and grab one of those pictures to be able to show you the two of us together wearing our shirts in front of the premiere sign. But I didn't get enough time to get it up. But anyway, this is what I wore. And in all the lovely content creators that I got to meet, one of them was our lovely one and only Miss Glenda from Creative Grandma. And after we got through talking with her, I went ahead and walked off so others could come up. And Miss Wanda was still talking with her. And Todd and I got almost halfway to where we needed to turn to go back to our table. And next thing I know, she's tapping me on the shoulder and she put something on my shirt. And this is what she put. A premiere button. So there's a little bit of a glare. There's lots of fingerprints on it. Who knows who all's fingerprints those are? But she put this on my shirt. And what did that mean? I don't remember if it was 12 or 15 people that were selected out of all that was there. But if you had one of these buttons, you got to go up on stage and everybody got to applaud your crochet make. And the person who got the most applause won first place, which was a $100 Premier gift card. The one who got second place won a $50 Premier gift card. And the one who got third place won a $25 gift card. And so let me know, do you think I was in any of those first place, second place, or third place wins? Just let me know in the chat. You can put no or you can put yes. But anyway, you guys, there were some fabulous makes. I mean, we're talking beautiful. This one woman had this gorgeous blanket of these motif kind of granny squares. And then there was this one woman, she had a granny stitch top and skirt. So it was a full outfit. There was another lady that had a long dress and it had these sunflowers down the side. Inspired me. I now want to make a sunflower granny square cardigan. So, oh my gosh, the inspirations that I received yesterday. So many ideas are flowing in this brain. We had everything from shawls to sweaters to bags. I mean, just a lot of beautiful creations there. Stuffed animals, support emotional animals. It was wonderful. If it wasn't so hot and she wasn't so heavy, I would have taken Mayanji because Mayanji is made with some premier yarn as well as, oh no, Motondo is not. But anyway, Mayanji is. But it was just too hot, too heavy, too much going on. I'm glad I didn't take her, but maybe next time. But anyway, so what do y'all think? Y'all are saying yes. I did. I got third place. And Ivy, I want you to know, I've got it on video. Miss Wanda took it for me, and I think Kim got a video as well. Miss Wanda was kind enough to leave out the little ungraceful part, but when they asked me about my top, and of course it wasn't premier yarn, so we didn't shout out what yarn I used, but I wanted you to know, Ivy, that when they asked me about the top, I let them know that I said a subscriber to my channel made this. It is her own personal design, and I made it from her design. And they asked me who that was, and I said she has a channel name, Ivy B Creates. And so yeah, and so they shouted you out. So you might get some new people, Ivy. And I also shared about Jen. So Jen, as people kept stopping me and saying, oh my gosh, I love your top, and stopping Wanda and I saying, love your tops, we made sure we said Ivy B Creates and Jen Reeves. And since there's a couple Jen Reeves, Jen, I even gave them your 76 number behind it. So they got the exact one. So don't be surprised if you guys get some new family members, and I pray you do. But anyway, I can't wait to tell y'all more about our time at Premiere, but just wanted to share that out tonight, especially if Ivy was here. And so thank you so much, Ivy, for the gift of being able to make your design. And I will be sending you a personal email about the pattern, but we'll talk about that later. But yeah, so happy that Creative Grandma chose me. So anyway, all right. I think that might be all that I have tonight. Let me go over to the chat and check on that real quickly before we get ready to head out and up. Oh my goodness. Maybe we're not heading out yet tonight. Oh my goodness. This is the tea party where we get to give away tea. How wonderful is that? Speaking of tea, y'all, I got to drink some more of this delicious tea real quick and wet the whistle a little bit. I think I'm having dessert before dinner tonight. That is really good. Sorry, I can't share. But the tea that I will share for whoever our chat winner is, and y'all can go ahead and start putting tea in the chat, you will have a choice between a little bit of a cinnamon flavored, or excuse me, a little bit of an apple flavored tea. You can choose either the spiced apple, or you can choose between, and I apologize, I'm trying to multitask and be really suave at it, and I'm not sure that I'm doing a great job. Or you can choose between, and that's a Twinings, that's not a Tazo, but Tazo also has this really refreshing wild sweet orange. So you, as the winner, whoever you are, will have the choice of choosing between the apple or the orange tonight. So let's pull this up here. And we're going to, again, give everybody just a few seconds to type tea into the chat. Again, congratulations to Pam for already being a winner tonight. Congratulations to Candy. I will make sure I post that duck bag on the community post so you get to see what she is receiving. And all right. We got 21 folks in the house and only 13 going for the tea. So even if you want to participate and apple or orange is not your go-to flavor, I'll be happy to work out a different flavor with you, lemon, peach, whatever. We can find something if that is not your cup of tea, wild berry, whatever. If you're not a tea person, then maybe I can purchase you some lemonade. So I want to give everybody a chance that's in the house to type tea in the chat. But go ahead, and I'm going to count it down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go, Joy family. And it is Angela S. Congratulations. You are our terrific tea winner tonight. So congratulations, congratulations. So Miss Angela, let me know if you're interested in the spiced apple tea or the fresh orange tea, or if there is something else that you would prefer. Maybe you are a regular tea drinker. I'll be happy to buy you some regular tea or lemonade or Kool-Aid or whatever, but we will fill your cup up with some refreshing drink. All righty. And I think we got a lot of tea, so I am going to skip to the bottom of the chat. Let me see if I can get there. And I think I am there. Well, that does wrap up our tea party. So with that, we need to head back over to the party room one more time, if you will join me over there. And we've got some folks that I want to shout out over there. And first off, I want to shout out Miss Margie for those gifted memberships that she gave. So if you will, Miss Margie, this is for you, my dear friend. Thank you again so much for those wonderful and beautiful memberships that you gifted. Then we want to shout out Miss Laura and her 3 months of being on the Joy team. So, Miss Laura, this is for you. You guys, please continue to leave Miss Izzy in your prayers as she was hit with the tornado tonight and as she navigates through all the paperwork and stuff that she needs to do to get that fixed. And just praise the Lord that she is well and alive from that, because it could have been a whole lot worse. But if you will, please keep her in your thoughts and your love tonight. And then I love this. Dawn summed up our chasing the fun very well tonight. Let the wounds heal and leave the scars. Again, don't forget that your joy word for tonight, heading back over to the tea room to grab that. Your joy word for tonight was purpose. You are here for a reason, so live your purpose. All right. Anyone have anything they want to share before we head out? And I'm looking to see if Angela answered, and she did. She would like the spice apple tea, please. Absolutely. Angela, if you will do me a favor, and I think I have all of your information, but just to be on the safe side, if you will, send me an email, let me know you won the tea. And same thing for Pam, if Pam is still here. Make sure I have your address that you want me to have that sent to. I would greatly appreciate it. All right. It is important I have the correct address. And if Pam is not here, I will check with her before I send her hook cover off. And again, this is what Miss Pam won. So, all right, checking the chat one more time. Oh, oops, my chat jumped. I was going to say, I love it, Jen. Yes, yes. Hugs, hugs. Hugs, everyone. I might get it. There we go. Hugs, everyone. Is Pam still here? I got that, Laura. Thank you. I just haven't worked in the studio today, so I will get that responded to in the morning. Sorry that it won't be till tomorrow morning, but still getting settled back in from our long, long day yesterday. All right. And I was trying to find Pam's message real quick, but I don't see it. So I will definitely reach out to her and check on that. Okay. I think I've hit all the comments that I need to, except for this one. Always love seeing this one as we're heading out from Miss Dawn. Remember, if you're feeling down, look up. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Be joyful, my friends. Stay crafty in your own way. Make your own joyful creations. Be the joy in everything you do. And most importantly, live your joy always. And I'm not being very smooth here, but I hope you definitely found some joy while you were here tonight. All right. Nugs and joy. I love y'all. Mwah, mwah, mwah. See you next time. Hope to see you tomorrow for either Bible chats at 1 p.m. Eastern or at movie night at 7 p.m. Eastern right here in the Joyful House. If not, have a great weekend, everyone, and I'll see you next week. Bye.